I just want to tell y'all about the time I was scammed by this fucking old ass lady. Her name is Bernadette Thompson. So this post, I was tagged in this post today, and this post was back in 2022. However, now I feel comfortable enough to kind of tell my side of it. So back in, I want to say 2022, I was invited to, no, 2021. This was back in 2021. I was on my email and I seen that I was invited to go to a Rock Nation launch party, and they needed nail techs for a booth. So as a nail tech, like, I'm super excited. I had just started being a nail instructor, so I was like, this is like a really good opportunity to get my business off the ground, because I was already really discouraged being a nail tech. And if you don't know, I've been a licensed nail tech for 8 years now. So I got an email from this lady named Bernadette Thompson, and when I looked her up, she was like really big in the industry back in the day. She worked with Lil Kim, Mary J. Blige. I think she did something with Missy Elliott. So I was like, this is super dope, because this is a black woman, an African-American woman, that's really like invested in these African-American nail techs, these minority nail techs. It's not just black. And she really wants to see us be successful. So I immediately responded after, telling my family, because I'm like, this is it. Like, this is really going to put me in a certain place in this industry, so that I can get my name out there, so I can make money instead of just like hustling and bustling and just trying to chase the grind instead of it, coming to me naturally. So I get in contact with this lady. She video chats me on Instagram Messenger, and apparently she was out of town or on her way out of town. And she was like, hey, I'm waiting on them to send me the NDAs. And once I send you the NDA, I can let you know. At that time, she said, but at this point, you're not able to post anything about the event, especially not the location and things like that. So I'm thinking, this is a Jay-Z, like, baby, I'm finna go see Beyonce. Also, she said Jay-Z will be there. If Jay-Z is there, Beyonce is gonna be there. I'm thinking, yo, this is a big fucking deal. Sign my name on the dotted line. So she was like, when we get off this call, I'm going to send you some information. And there is a kit that you will have to buy, because it's under my name. So you will have to use all my products. For me, I'm like, I don't care. Because if my name is still going to be there, people going to know I showed up. I was doing nails. I was there. My work was there. So yeah, I use your products. I ain't worried about that. Little did I know, I was going to pay for some fucking products that I was never going to get. 2024, never got them. So she doesn't tell me who's coming. She doesn't say, here are the names of the other nail techs if y'all want to link together and buy rooms. So I knew that I had to get my own hotel, and I knew that I had to fly myself there. Now, first, my mom was like, if this is a Jay-Z event, why do you have to do all that for yourself? And I was like, well, sometimes when you're freelance, you do have to pay for some things on your own. Unless Jay-Z invited me myself, I knew I was going to have to pay for, my own things or whatever. So the kit was $367. Remember, $367. So I sent this lady $367 for a kit. She told me everything was going to be there. And then she said, by the way, I'm not going to mail the kit because, that's another thing. We was told about this 2 weeks before the event was going to happen. So it was a real quick turnaround. So she said, instead of me shipping it to you and risking with the weather it not getting to you, because she was in New York, I'm going to go ahead and bring it, because we were going to Miami. I'm going to bring it myself. Me trusting that this lady is a celebrity nail tech, she has a big name, she not gonna fucking scam me, because why would she do that? Why would she do that, right? So I put my trust in her. Now, the event was like December the 4th, I want to say. It was probably like the end of November. I never received an NDA. I didn't receive an address. At this point, I had already booked a flight and found a hotel, because I went through booking.com and found like a really, really cheap hotel. So like, all right, I'm already prepared. However, I don't know where this event is. I don't even know how far my hotel is from here. I don't know what to do. So I finally just constantly keep reaching out to this lady like, hey, I need to know the address. Hey. Now, at this point, the event was posted on the page. So I knew it was a real event. Also, I seen her name on there. So I was like, this is some real shit. Like, I know she's going to be there. So she finally hits me up and says, I'm so sorry. It's been super busy. I didn't get the NDAs, but don't worry about it. Just here is the event. This is where it is. You know, you will wear all black, you know, stuff like that. Never said you could wear your brand. You could put a t-shirt with at Cream of the Nail Tech on there. Nothing. Well, my name was Cream of the Nail Expert at the time. She didn't say none of that. She just said we will be under her name. Okay? So, we get to Miami. I have no idea who's going to be there with me. I don't know any of these nail techs that are going to be there. Apparently, there was supposed to be like a slew of us. It was supposed to be like 10 nail techs, okay? There were 2. So when I get there, you know, I hit her up and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm at the hotel. I've checked in. They let me check in early. I'm going to go ahead and get freshened up, put my makeup on, because I brought a few things. I didn't bring a lot, but I brought a few things. And I said, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, get myself ready. Tell me why this lady tells me that she is not in Miami. Oh, I missed my flight yesterday. It's saying I'm not going to make it till 5 o'clock. We had to be at the venue at 5:30. Okay, remember 5:30? So, I'm like, okay, so she like, oh yeah, I was supposed to get t-shirts made with my brand on it. Can you do me a favor and see if the mall can make t-shirts for me, and I will send you the money for the t-shirt. So I'm looking up, you know, I'm Ubering, because she's like, any Ubers you do, anything, I'll pay for it. So I'm Ubering to the mall. We're in Miami. To the mall. And I get there, and the man's like, yes, I can do these shirts. It's going to be $45. Cool. Let's get the shirts made. Then she gives me the name and number of the other girl that's going to be attending the event, okay? At this point, I'm at the place. This is probably like 4, almost 5 o'clock. So I finally get in touch with the other girl that I'm going to be doing nails with. She's at the event, and she tells me they don't know who we are. They don't know who we are. They don't know where we came from. Bernadette is not here. I don't know what to do. So I'm like, they don't know her, or they don't know you. She was like, they don't know me. Like, Bernadette is apparently supposed to be here, but she did not put that we were supposed to be there. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of awkward. So now me and her are conversing back and forth because we like, what the fuck's going on? So I tell her, like, do you have any stuff? She was like, I brought a little bit of stuff. Like, she told me not to bring anything. I'm like, same. She told me not to bring anything either. So now we are both trying to like piece stuff together. So I'm like, well, when I get from the mall, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to Uber to the venue. The Uber to the venue was an hour. An hour. And the price of the Uber was like $75. So we're Ubering there. I'm on the phone with old girl, and she still is not in Miami. At this point, it's like 6:30. So now I'm frantic because I'm like, what the hell are we gonna do? We don't have no supplies. We don't nothing. We have nothing for a Rock Nation event. So I get to the event. I'm talking to the lady that's over it. She's like, oh yeah, she told me that there were gonna be nail techs. Come this way, there's already someone here. So we get to the event. I get in, we get inside. We get the wristband. Well, I never got a wristband. Toshiba had a wristband. I get no wristband. I get inside. We have no supplies. Nothing. Like for part 2. I gotta do a part 2. I might just do 2 parts. Just come back for the next part. All right, here's my part 2. So when we get there, like I said, we have nothing. So we're talking to the organizers like, hey, is there a box here potentially for us? They're like, no box. So we like, they were like, do you guys have anything? We're like, no. She told us that she was going to bring everything. This is probably like right before the event's about to start. We have nothing. Finally, a lady pulls up and says, I have a box for Bernadette Thompson. We like, great. We have a box. The organizers is still asking us, like, where is this lady at? Mind you, we have never seen this lady in person. We've only seen her on video chat. Now me and Toshiba are talking back and forth like, well, have you paid for a kid? Yeah, I paid $367. $367? She charged me $402. Okay. She told me that JeJe's gonna be here. We asked the people if JeJe gonna be there, and they pretty much laughed. Issa Rae was also supposed to be there. She was not there. I think we only seen punk ass Ray J. Sorry, it is what it is. And so I'm like, yeah, it ain't gonna be no celebrities up in here. There's gonna be celebrities. It's gonna be some big name people, some people that we don't know, but it ain't gonna be Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Beyonce ain't coming up in here. You know how you could tell. You go somewhere and you could just tell, like, and it's no shade to the magazine, because it was a magazine event. No shade, but we knew Beyonce was not coming up in there. This wasn't like no Rock Nation brunch. This was like a Miami night. It was at a hotel. It was really nice. It was the Art Basel, I think is how you say it. That weekend, so it was super dope. But I knew Beyonce wasn't gonna be there. So I get there. I got on her shirt. Luckily, I had on a blazer with my tag name on it, and it was a customized blazer with my name on it. So I already had my shit there. Toshiba, smart girl, had a very few limited amount of polishes and stuff with acrylic, so we were able to make it do what it do. So back to the box. We opened this fucking box, y'all. It is gel lights. Amazon, by the way. Amazon gel lights, files, buffers, cotton swabs, like little shit that you would supply if you already have your shit. So we literally have nothing, okay? So we have the gel lights, we have all the like necessities and stuff. We already brought our own implements, cuticle nipper, the file, everything like that. So I tell her, we got to make it do what it do. Now we're calling Bernadette. She not answering the phone. So my mom got involved. She talked to my mom. She was like crying on the phone with my mom. I'm stuck in the airport and I should have, I'm not going to make it. And this is my event and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, we're freaking the fuck out because we're already there. We're already there, lady. Like, you can't cry. We're already there. So now the organizer's like, do I need to like go to CVS and get y'all some polishes? Like, what do we need to do? And I'm like, yeah, like we need stuff. But we said, you know what? We finna make this like a blackout nail event where like all we had was black. I think we had like black, nude, and a whole bunch of glitter. So I was like, we gonna make this like more of a like a bling bling type of like situation and just kind of name it our own thing. So luckily we were smart enough to make this shit work, right? The event started at 8:30. Okay, the box came at 8. No, we hear nothing from Bernadette. The organizer's like, where's she at? Now we're sitting at a booth with her name on it and she not there. People are coming over there asking for her because, like I said, she had a name. So people were like, oh, I came here to meet the lady that made the money nail and blah, blah, blah. Bernadette's gone because she ain't here. So we like, she's not here, but this is our names and stuff. We knew nothing about taking tips. We knew nothing about actually charging people. Like, we got to the point where like people were asking us to like tip us and we were so scared because we didn't know what was going on. We were like, no, No, it's fine. So now this lady comes, and I want to say she worked for Nike. Sweet lady. She was like, I'm not going to sit here and get my nails done for free and not pay you anything. So she started tipping, and she created a jar. So we started getting tips. So I would say, like, we probably made like $50, $60 a piece. When we could have probably made hundreds of dollars. Had we known that we could use our own name. We could use our own name and do our own shit. We didn't know that. The event was over at 11 o'clock. Bernadette fucking Thompson walked in at 11:30. And I mean, when she walked in like she had been in that bitch the whole entire time. We sitting over there sweating. Oh, by the way, they did not feed us. We did not get food. We only got a drink because we were so damn hot and they could tell. So they brought us a drink and then offered a champagne. I don't want no damn champagne. I need water. So we did not eat. Okay? The event was over at like 11:30, 11:15, 11:30. We did nails till 11:25. We were there so long, they had already started piecing shit together and like y'all gotta go. And she just taking pictures when she get there. Hair all over the place, outfit looking like she was wearing her moo-moo. Toenails not polished, nails broken. Like, no, what the fuck? Excuse my language. So I'm like, oh, sorry, y'all. Just remember something. So I'm like, what the fuck? So when she gets there, at this point, all we want to do is just gather stuff. Oh, and when she came, her poor little son, looked exhausted. He probably about 15, 16. And when he came, he gave us this little bag. It's probably the size of this of shit. What was going to do with that? Somehow that was for the table. Where's the shit we paid for? She didn't have none of that, okay? After the event, she goes on live to thank us and how great we are because we just saved the day and blah, blah, fucking blah. Now, I done paid $367 for a kit that I never received. Ubers that I never got refunded for. She only gave me the $45 because she talked to my mother. And my mother was like, oh, make sure you send her that money. She at the mall right now. Oh, I'm going to send it right now. So I got that money only because of my mother. And she don't fucking play. Okay? Then, she asked us, do we want to go to Paris? Of course we're going to tell her, yeah, at the time. But we like, no. After, we're telling her we're hungry. We didn't eat. She like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go to the bar and order y'all some food on their tab. Get to the bar, food's done being served. She don't say, let me order you some DoorDash to your hotel, nothing. Instead, she says, oh, can we bunk with one of y'all and I could get the money back from the room that they paid for? They paid for. So you think you about to scam Rock Nation? No, ma'am. You and your son cannot stay in my one bed of a hotel room. I was like, no, that's not happening. So now we Uber, because now me and Toshiba, we like, let's just Uber together and get to our room. We in the car and we like, what the fuck? Are you feeling what I'm feeling? And she said, yeah, I do. And I'm also feeling like she scammed us. Because where's our shit? And why did you pay this much? And why did I pay this much? So now we breaking shit down. Why didn't we get each other's number? Why couldn't we work together? Why couldn't we stay in a hotel together? Now we piecing some shit together, right? I said I was going to do 2 parts, but this shit is too much. So I'm going to try to do one more part. Come to the next part.